Alright, so this is a no education podcast.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Nov Education. As always, I am your host, Noved. Thank you for tuning in. It is Tuesday, December the 13th. Hope everybody is having a good start to their work week. You know what I'm saying? It's cold, bro. If you're looking at the video, I apologize. My face is a little red because I just took a hot shower, bro. It is cold outside. You know, hope everybody is dressing warm. You know what I'm saying? And pro tip, let your car warm up, people, and stop driving like fucking maniacs in the rain, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, let your car warm up and stop driving like maniacs in the rain. It's cold, ladies and gentlemen. But hope everybody had a good, safe, and fun weekend. You know what I'm saying? I got some Christmas shopping done. You know, I'm a late shopper. All my late shoppers, what up, bro? What up? But, you know, as long as you get it done, you know what I'm saying? For all your loved ones. Shout out to everybody, first and foremost, for everybody if they made their fantasy football playoffs. I made them in every single league that I have been in, except for one, the League of the Gurus. Not much to say about that one. That one is just a league of killers, bro. I think everybody who made playoffs was like 8-6 or something like that. And I believe the only 7-7, there's only one 7-7 team that just squeaked in there, bro. So, hey, it's a dynasty. So next year we'll get them. But it was a tough league, bro. Shout out to my boy Victor Guru, the commish. But yeah, but every other league that I've been in, especially my 5 to Life Dynasty League, back in the playoffs yet again for the 4th straight year. You know what I'm saying? We're making that run. We built the team. Feel like we can make that run. So I'll keep y'all updated. But congrats to y'all if you guys made it. But also we had this weekend, we had the UFC 282, bro. This was a dope card. Don't let anybody tell you that it wasn't a fun card. It was fun. I believe only 2 fights ended in in a decision, bro. There was 2 things, you know, and those 2 fights that ended in decision, those are the ones that put like the little stain on this card. But don't let all the fucking haters talk shit, you know what I'm saying, and tell you, oh, it was a whack ass card or this, that. We're gonna go through it right now, bro. Don't trip about that. But first and foremost, in the prelims, in that last prelim fight, you have the Raul Rosas Jr. Making his UFC debut. The reason why this dude has so much steam behind him is because he is the youngest UFC fighter to ever be signed by Dana. And if you watch the Dana White Contender Series, you've heard about this dude. You know about this dude, Bo Nickel. I'd suggest that, you know, if you want to get into like UFC or MMA or whatever, the Contender Series is a good way to get acquainted to other fighters. And it's dope to see these dudes, you know, get a contract with the UFC and then to see them thrive in the UFC. That's always fun. So, but this dude, Rosas, he just turned 18. He was signed at 17 on the Contender Series, came out, and he submitted homeboy Jay Perrin or whatever. I've never heard of him. Never heard him fight. Never seen him fight. But apparently, you know, he was talking shit in the weigh-ins to this dude, which is what you do. I get it. But people are like saying like, oh, it's going to look bad when he loses. But it's a fight, bro. Come on. You got to get some type of momentum going. You know what I'm saying? But Rosas Jr. submitted his ass in the first round. He looks good, bro. I'm excited to see what he has in store for us. And as he climbs up and hopefully he gets into those rankings, but it won't be anytime soon, but you're going to start to see his game develop more. And that's what I'm most excited for. You know what I'm saying? But he said all the right things. You know, he fought the way he was supposed to fight. You know what I'm saying? He got a performance of the night. He got his 50 G's. And it's exciting to see fighters like this, you know, starting to come up. You know what I'm saying? So UFC is definitely in good hands, bro. All these young fighters, you know what I'm saying? And then we get into the main card. Bryce Mitchell versus Ilia Topuria. This was the whole card was going to be fucking stacked. I believe Ponzinibbio versus Morano, that was just a catch weight only because who was it? It was a Robbie Lawler was supposed to fight in this card, and then I believe he got hurt or something. So, but even that fight was dope as fuck. Bryce Mitchell versus Topuria. this was going to be a big test for not only Mitchell, but for Topuria. This was his coming out party for like everybody to see, especially in the main card. Not only for Bryce Mitchell as well, to like regular casual fans. You know, I consider myself a casual fan, not really too much of a diehard, but I know Bryce Mitchell. I know who Bryce Mitchell is. I've been following him for a minute. Have him on my fantasy MMA team, you know, my MMA squad. You know, he got submitted. He got submitted in the ground, and Topuria looked good, bro. His stamina and those fucking straight over the hand rights were just doing Mitchell no type of favors, bro. Mitchell, he ended up getting submitted, which I know that Mitchell, he's been known to be that's his strength on the ground. But if you can't piece everything else together inside the sport, obviously it's going to get exploited. Mitchell, I believe, was number 9, if I'm not mistaken, and Topuria was ranked 15th. So props to Mitchell for taking this fight. You know, normally top contender fighters wouldn't go down in the rankings to face a lower fighter, but, you know, he did it. And, but I think this is good. Well, Mitchell got his ass beat, but I think this is good. It shows that there's some things that he needs to work on. Maybe start another camp, because he is, you know, he's in this little secluded camp by himself. He's a beast on the ground, but obviously the stand-up game is where he had some problems. So props to Topuria, though. He looked very good, and he is, you know, in that featherweight division, bro, he's going to be someone to be looking out for, bro. That's the way he finished Bryce Mitchell. If you didn't watch it, go look at it. He looked very good, and Mitchell is no joke, bro. So, but that was my boy. I had like negative. I believe I had like -2 points because of the finish. So that is what it is. And then we had the return of Darren the Gorilla Till, Darren Till versus Rodriguez Du Plessis. This was supposed to be kind of a test to see where Darren Till is at right now in his career. I know he has fought on hard times, and then he had that injury, and then he was talking about his mental issues and all that stuff. People, I think this whole fight, including myself, I've never been too much of a big Darren Till fan, but I found myself rooting for him. I found myself like, you know, cheering him on, like, okay, you know what, going into this fight, I would like to see Darren Till win. That first round, Du Plessis, he just put it on him, bro. I don't know what it was with Darren Till. Maybe it was jitters. Maybe he just it wasn't what he expected. It didn't seem like it was the stamina, but although in that second round, it did look like both of the fighters got tired. Du Plessis, he got tired in that second round for sure. Darren Till looked like he was about to come back at the end. But it was the first round or the second round. I'm not sure, but he would have finished him if his mind was right, and maybe because it didn't look like he was too much like out of breath. It didn't look like his stamina wasn't there. It looked like he was just in his head. And I hate to say that because, you know, he has been talking about the mental issues, and I hate to, you know, just kind of cop out and be like, he's in his head. But that's kind of what it looked like. I didn't really see something for him to like, you know, go out there and finish him, or, you know, roll the right way, or actually put the pressure on. He kind of just took the fight as it came, and that wasn't something that Du Plessis probably wanted, you know. So at the end of that third round, he got him and submitted him. Darren Till falling on hard times right now, but hope he's going to be doing okay. Du Plessis, you know, he has a lot to work on himself. Number one, his stamina. You know, he did look good coming out the gate, but then once his gas tank ran out, bro, I think that was, you know, people, you know, that's going to be a problem going forward, especially in this middleweight. So Darren Till falling on hard times, and Du Plessis, I think someone in the league picked Du Plessis. I'm not sure, but I'll get back to you on that. But we'll see what happens next with Till. Maybe he leaves the octagon for a while again, and, you know, whatever it is. What I was wondering, you know, they're talking about, you know, he does wrestle with this Chechnyan monster, meaning fucking Khamzat, whatever. Like, he's not Khamzat, bro. He's not Khamzat. He's not the man himself. You could train with somebody all you want. You could spar with somebody to reenact somebody's fighting style. Nothing beats the person, you know what I'm saying? The actual person, the fighter. So, but what I was worried about was what the fuck was Khamzat at? You know, I see Darren Till in the corner of Khamzat every Khamzat fight, bro. That told me something, like that something wasn't right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they had a falling out. I don't know, but I would have liked to see Khamzat right there. This next fight, we had Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Alex Morano. Morano was actually, I believe he came into this fight like, fuck it. They came at a catch weight. They're both, I believe, like 185 or some shit like that. Because Santiago was supposed to fight Robbie Lawler. And then Morano, he was giving it to Ponzinibbio, bro. It was almost like, oh shit, he's actually going to beat him. Santiago at the end of the third round, midway of the third round, ends up landing a beautiful right fucking hook to the face, freezes him, and then he finishes him. So performance of the night goes to Ponzinibbio and this fucking and I think that Ponzinibbio, he looked good, but I want to see him actually fight somebody like maybe again with Robbie Lawler if the cards fall right, you know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna get into this co-main event right now. Paddy the Baddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon. A lot of people are talking about this fight. You know, it was just the way I see it. So, you know, Paddy, you know, he had all this steam coming up, but he's still ranked, I believe, like 15th or whatever. Jared Gordon is a bad motherfucker. I've only watched one of his fights previously. And then my boy Victor Gruber was telling me, bro, you gotta get more on Jared Gordon because he's no fucking joke. So then I started doing my homework on Jared Gordon. And that dude is no joke. I have Paddy also in my fantasy MMA league with Victor Guru. And so, you know, I'm still going to start Paddy. I thought Paddy did enough to win. I did not think that it was a unanimous decision, though. I thought that Paddy, he did enough in that first round, and then he did enough in that second round. But they were very close, bro. They were very close, those rounds. I know that third round, Jared won. That's the reason why I don't believe that it was a unanimous decision. I mean, all across the board, only because that first round, you could sway me that Jared Gordon won it. I just rewatched it coming off of work. I rewatched that fight. Jared Gordon, the reason why people thought I was so nervous, the reason why people thought Jared Gordon won is because of how big Paddy the Baddy is and how bad people like, you know, fans like me wanted him to win. You know what I'm saying? Because I did not want to see Paddy lose. I did not because he's in my league, but just because of the sport. You know what I'm saying? But it obviously, you know, Jared Gordon was landing that fucking clean left was landing clean. And I think that's what skewed a little bit of the people's, you know, vision of what was going on. Paddy was he was an aggressor at some times, but he was also doing a lot more work. He was also, you know, he was showing at the end of the fight, he put his hands up like he wasn't hurt. In the corner, he was saying, I'm good. I'm doing all the right things. And so I had the first two rounds, and I still have the first two rounds going to Paddy easily. I don't agree that Paddy, because he said at the end of the fight that he coasted in the third round. I don't believe he coasted on the third round. I think that Jared Gordon thought he did enough in those first two rounds, and that third round, he fucking went at him to put a cap on it. You know what I'm saying? If they were to run it back, I think Paddy does end up beating him only because of what happens in Paddy's camp. Like he's too big. He's too big of a fighter to not win a fight like that again or to let it be close again. Jared Gordon is no joke though. I didn't see it by unanimous. Paddy definitely has a lot of things to work on. He has a lot of you know, it's not just that his stand-up game or whatever, but it's just like little things he needs to tighten up. Like as Joe Rogan was saying on the pay-per-view, if you were listening, he was saying that his chin is way out there. He holds his chin high. And in some interviews that Paddy, he says actually that, I like to get hit, that I need to get hit in order to get things going. That's one of those things, and especially in that lightweight division, bro. If you're going up in the top 10, if you're in the top 10 in that lightweight division, you got to try to not get hit and turn it up when you need to turn it up, when you have to, and start being a little bit more strategic. It could pass by with fights like this, you know what I'm saying? With the Jared Gordons of the world, but any further than that is going to take a lot out of him. So, and also that weight cut issue, I'm not going to get into that, you know what I'm saying? But that's probably got to be tightened up or whatever. Paddy, bro, I did think he won that fight. People were like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And because we're in a chat, of course, like everybody's in the fucking chat and we talk about it. And I said, I was like, damn, I wouldn't be surprised if this was a draw. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a draw. And they said that Patty won unanimously. And I don't agree that it was unanimous, but I do agree that he won that fight. So Jared Gordon, you put on a good fight. I would like to see Jared Gordon fight again. Like, he was very entertaining, bro. Although he was getting pieced up, it didn't seem like it was too bothered. He didn't look like he was getting his ass whooped. He looks game, bro. And Jared Gordon, all the props to you. But Patty, all the props to him as well. All right, in this light heavyweight championship fight, bro. Recently, if you guys didn't know why this is a championship fight, like who are these fighters or whatever, the championship belt was supposed to be Yuri Prohaska versus Glover Teixeira. Yuri ends up having a shoulder issue to where he has to have surgery, and Glover, he did not want to fight Magomed Ankalaev because Ankalaev was ranked, I believe, number 3, and Jan was ranked 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen, but so he turned that down. So this was going to be I'm not even sure if it was going to be the interim title. I think this was for the belt because Yuri gave up his belt. People were saying how honorable it is, but he's going to be out for a while. So Magomed Ankalaev, fucking Dagestanian beast, bro. The way I was explaining it to my cousin, because we're watching it together, the way I was explaining it is like he is a light heavyweight version of Khabib with better stand-up, bro. And it's true. It's true. And then you got Jan Blachowicz, fucking the legendary Polish power. The legendary Polish power. His boxing is tight, bro. Jan's boxing is tight. Obviously, you've seen him go toe-to-toe against, what's his name? Israel Adesanya. People know him because of that fight, you know what I'm saying? And then he took Izzy down in that last round and won in the split decision. No joke, bro. Jan Blachowicz is no fucking joke. So going forward in this fight, this was going to be a 5-round fight right now because at first it was going to be a 3-round fight. And you may think, well, 3 to 5 rounds, not that much. If you're a light heavyweight, what is this, like 195, bro? If you're like 195 and you're training for 3 rounds, your body's trained to go 3 rounds. But both these dudes, especially Ankalaev, you can see that he was ready for that championship round. I know that Jan is always ready for those championship rounds too. But so going forward, Jan Blachowicz, they're piecing each other up. Magomed Ankalaev, he had speed, bro. His speed was killing it. But Jan, being the veteran, he was attacking those legs, bro. And Jan's kicks were the deal breaker. It ended up to where it looked like it was going to be a shoo-in for Jan. You know what I'm saying? The first, I believe, 2 rounds were the first round, I gave it to Magomed. I think just because he landed a little bit more. But you could talk me into giving it to Jan too because he actually did a lot more damage in the legs. And I believe that 3rd round is where people, kind of, that's where the draw comes in. He basically took away both his legs. Magomed had to switch up his game plan. And this is why I think and I feel that Magomed won that fight. He switched up his game plan and he won the 3rd round. The 3rd round, the 4th round, and the 5th round. The 4th and the 5th easily were his rounds. I think those 2 rounds were the rounds that he actually won. And it proved to me and it showed me as a viewer that in the championship rounds, he came out on top. He came out solidly on top. He took him down and he completely dominated, kicking Jan's ass on the floor with no legs, bro. So I could see why it would be a split decision, but I gave that first round to Magomed. I gave the first round to Magomed, and then I gave the 2nd and 3rd round to Jan Blachowicz only because of the leg kicks. And those leg kicks were fucking, but you can see just the beast that Magomed Ankalaev was because he was just like bouncing around. He switched stance, you know what I'm saying? He was doing what it takes to be the champion, And then that 4th and that 5th round was an easy call that Magomed won those rounds. So I had it 3 rounds to 2. The judges did not see it like that. And so now it was a draw. Some people think that Dana White, you made the call, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, we got an opportunity to make some more money. Which was crazy because we're talking about it. If you know who, if you've been following, the UFC, Jamal Hill and Glover Teixeira are now going to fight for that light heavyweight championship strap, bro. Basically, that's what Dana White said. And Jamal Hill had said that before they even left the octagon, that Jamal Hill got the call and said if he wants that fight. I don't know. That sounds a little bit fishy to me, but we know how Dana White is when, you start to label a conspiracy on him. Hey, bro, that's what I'm not doing. That's just what was said, bro. But in the post fight conference, in the post fight interviews with Joe Rogan, I didn't see too many of the post fight conferences interviews, but in the octagon, Jan Blachowicz had said, "Give the belt to Ankalaev, bro. Just give the belt to Ankalaev." And Rogan was like, "I agree. I did agree that Ankalaev won that fight, but it is what it is." And the reason why they're not going to run it back, they can't run it back right away. They got to rest up. Magomed's legs are fucked up. Jan probably has to go back to the drawing board. But they need a champion. So I understand why Dana White would do that. You know what I'm saying? So Glover versus Jamal Hill, that's going to be an interesting one, bro. That's going to be a crazy one. Jamal Hill is no fucking joke, bro. Let's go ahead and look at these rankings real quick. Thank y'all for sticking around with me. Subscribe, rate, review if you're listening on the if you're just listening to the audio right now. Subscribe, rate, review. You can look at the video right now on YouTube, and sometimes I'll be going live, so it is what it is. If you see right now in the UFC rankings, it's all everybody went down one. Everybody went down one. There's no champion right now for the light heavyweight. So Jamal Hill. And the crazy part about that too was that Jamal Hill was supposed to fight Anthony Smith, and Anthony Smith had found out on the table when he's doing his little analytics right there where they're talking. I didn't see it, but I saw a video of that on the on social media, bro. That was crazy. That was crazy. But there's gonna have to be a champion. I agree that Glover deserves the shot. Jamal Hill, he does deserve the shot, but I think that for him versus Glover is because Jamal Hill is a breath of fresh air. Anthony Smith has been there. Rakic is injured right now. Jan Blachowicz and Ankalaev just fight. Yuri just fought. You're not going to go lower than Jamal Hill because Krylov, he's at 8. Paul Craig is at 9. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to go any lower than that. So I think it was a smart move on Dana's part because a champion needs to be crowned, but it is what it is, bro. So we'll see what happens going forward. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think of this card? And there is Leon Edwards. Supposedly, I don't know how true this is. So I haven't done my homework. I just got home a little earlier, ate, showered, and I'm on here now. Supposedly, Kamaru Usman is going to have another hand surgery on his hand. I'm pretty sure he had surgery already. And he won't be able to fight Leon Edwards. The rumor, if you guys haven't already heard, is so Usman's going to be out. We don't know what's going on with Covington. Bilal Muhammad is waiting. Gilbert Burns is going to fight Neil Magny, supposedly. Jeff Neal doesn't have a fight. Wonder Boy had just coming off a fight. And Vicente Luque, he's waiting. Sean Brady just lost to Bilal. And then Shavkat Rakhmonov. If you guys don't know who fucking Rakhmonov is, go get a look at him, bro. Supposedly, the rumors are that George Masvidal is going to fight Leon Edwards for the welterweight strap in London. I know that this is a money move. This is definitely a money move because Leon and, Masvidal, they have history, especially back then when Masvidal had knocked out Darren Till in England, bro. Obviously, I don't agree with this, bro. I don't think that Masvidal deserves it, but I'm a Masvidal fan. I'm a big Masvidal fan, but let's call a spade, bro. He don't deserve this championship strap chance right now. I would like to have seen Masvidal maybe fight maybe go up there with Burns or, Steven Thompson again, or maybe a Bilal if even. But Bilal's right there. The two people who I think deserve the fight is obviously Khamzat. Khamzat deserves a fight, and Bilal Muhammad. But I think they're going to wait. Oh, what is this? Sorry, this is the Xbox. I don't even have Xbox. That's my brother's Xbox. But I think that Neil Magny versus Gilbert Burns, that fight's going to happen for sure. You know what I'm saying? And the fight's supposed to happen for London, for the welterweight strap. I think just give the fight to Khamzat, bro. It's time. I think it's time. The reign of Khamzat, I think it's time. I know they were talking about him versus Pereira, whatever. No. Let's handle this right now. This is the perfect opportunity. We don't know what's going on with Colby Covington. Colby and Khamzat were supposed to fight. I think Khamzat he deserves all the shots in the world. You know what I'm saying? He could fucking run it up to light heavyweight for all I give a fuck. The opportunity's there, and I don't understand why the rumors are Masvidal. I would say, it's a big money deal, and the rivalry is right there. But to see Khamzat get a title shot, that's big, bro. The only thing I could think of that the reason why they don't want Khamzat to fight Leon is because they want Khamzat to fight Colby. Like they truly wanted to fight Colby because of their styles. Stylistically, it's what happened. They can make it happen. Stylistically versus Leon Edwards, I think Steven Thompson, Wonderboy could be, a perfect fight. That could be a perfect striking fight for both of them. But apparently the rumors are, I don't know how true it is. Again, I don't know how true it is, but apparently that's the rumor for Masvidal. But hey, man, it is what it is, bro. Do we have any other news, bro? No other news right now. Just, we're all just waiting waiting for more news to happen. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, bro. We're going to see, in the coming weeks, I think, by New Year, Christmas time, we should have these fights like actually set in stone coming up, barring some injuries, you know what I'm saying? We do have the Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno fight again. Apparently Aljamain Sterling versus what's his name? Fucking Triple C is supposed to happen. I don't know how true that is, bro. Sugar Sean O'Malley, I think O'Malley should start fighting Chito Vera again, get that rematch in. Piotr Jan, he's sitting down in the ranks, but Song Yadong is there. Dominic Cruz is still there. Marab is still there. You know what I'm saying? That's also a fight that I would like to see. Marab versus somebody. Then we have, of course, later on, Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. So we got fights all next year. So this was the last pay-per-view, but all this news is just going to be speculation. But if you want to stick around, next episode, we're going to be talking about the fantasy football and the NFL. I believe the waivers come in tonight, so we can't talk waivers just yet. You probably won't get it right now. But tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the start sits, and then I got a couple things set up, just to help you go on your little playoff run, to help myself go on a playoff run, you know what I'm saying? I had to step away from the talking about it on the show because some people were I was giving a little bit too much of my fucking insight, and it was doing me bad, bro. So, but it's all good. Well, if I don't have anything else for anybody else, no, I don't. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for, liking, subscribing, rate, reviewing, sharing, all that stuff. You can hit me up at Novert Ortiz. Hit 5 a.m. Beats at 5 a.m. Beats. Hit my boy Victor the Guru at Victor93Till. And if you want to if you need some help doing parlays, you don't know what to, to make some coin on, especially not only on the UFC fights, but on the, the NFL, NBA, college sports is going to come up. Follow my boy at Satan Uncensored with the money shot. We're going to be trying to do a little bit more of those money shots, especially when the playoff games start to come up. You're going to start doing, we're going to try to put legs together and see what it is. So go ahead and follow them. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.
Alright, so this is a No Education podcast.